need me. We're all part of God's body. Stand with me, agree with me. We're all part of God's body. It is God's will that every need be supplied. You are important to me. I need to survive. You are important to me. I need to survive. I pray for you. You pray for me. I love you. I need you to survive. I won't harm you with words from my mouth. I love you. I need you to survive. I pray for you. You pray for me. I love you. I need you to survive. I won't harm you with words from my mouth. I love you. I need you to survive. I pray for you. You pray for me. I love you. I need you to survive. I won't harm you with words from my mouth. I love you. I need you to survive. I pray for you. You pray for me. I love you. I need you to survive. I won't harm you with words from my mouth. I love you. I need you to survive. I pray for you. You pray for me. I love you. I need you to survive. I won't harm you with words from my mouth. I love you. I need you to survive. I pray for you. You pray for me. I love you. I need you to survive. I won't harm you with words from my mouth. I love you. I need you to survive. I pray for you. You pray for me. I love you. I need you to survive. I won't harm you with words from my mouth. I love you. I need you to survive. I pray for you. You pray for me. I love you. I need you to survive. It is God's will every need be supplied. Oh, it is God's will every need be supplied. You are important to me. I need you to survive.
Give it up one time for Angela Carol Brown. Well, good morning, and welcome to Unity Southeast in Kansas City. And I was telling Angela when she came in this morning, I'm always grateful when she is here. because I know that the presence of the Christ is in the room. I know that the best of me and the best of her are going to make its way and become part of the best of you, because we are all connected. So before we get started today, let us acknowledge what day it is, and happy Valentine's Day to each and every single one of you. And I have a question for you. Will you be my Valentine? What do chefs give their loves on Valentine's Day? Hugs and quiches. What do farmers give their loves on Valentine's Day? Plenty of hogs and kisses. Bob, can you turn down the monitor for me? Thank you so much. It has been a week. I got a message this morning and somebody said, "Happy Valentine's Day, how's your week been?" And I was just like, do I really feel like answering this right before church? Because I had 2 celebration of life services this week. One was in a evangelical church on Wednesday, and the other was in a Catholic church yesterday. And so it reminded me a lot of how I ended up in Unity. I'm so grateful for the gifts that I got when I was in the Catholic faith. I grew up Catholic, and I'm so grateful for the gifts I received when I was in the evangelical church. But it really makes me stand in awe when I realize where I came from and how the perfect blend of all those things got me here. And so I just want to remind you, it's not about where you've been. It's not about what you've done. It's about the lessons you learned along the way, and the person and the Christ and the expression that you choose to be today. And so on this day of love, on this day of seeking the perfect love, on this day of finding love, I hope that first you find love within yourself. You find love for yourself. And you find love as yourself. And I want to remind you that when you feel that sting of life, maybe it's simply Cupid's arrow reminding you to love again. So today is Valentine's Day, and our daily word or daily words is heart expression. You are dear to me, I hold you in my heart. Can you say that with me? You are dear to me, I hold you in my heart. One more time. You are dear to me, I hold you in my heart. Sharing love is a wonderful way of discovering and responding to the divinity alive in our hearts, binding us as a human family. My loving nature helps me see the best in every person whose life touches mine. Today I remember one of the legends of Saint Valentine, in which he fashioned pieces of parchments into hearts, which he gave to others as tokens of his compassion and tokens of God's love. Today the tradition continues when I say, you are dear to me, I hold you in my heart, with a card or with a gift or with a call, or maybe simply with a simple act of kindness. I share love with no expectation of reciprocation, and my heart welcomes expressions of love from others. I share love with no expectations of reciprocation, and my heart welcomes expressions of love from others. Love's energy grows through my giving and also my receiving. Our reading today comes from John 13, verse 34. I give you a new commandment, that you will love one another. Just as I have loved you, you will also love one another. Just as I have loved you, you will also love one another. And so I remind you on this Valentine's Day if you do nothing else, please make it a love-filled and lovely day.
When I wake up in the morning sun and the sunlight hurts my eyes, something without warning, love, bears heavy on my mind. Then I look at you and the world's all right with me. Oh, just one look at you and I know it's gonna be a lovely day. A lovely day. When the day that lies ahead of me seems impossible to face, with someone else instead of me always seems to know the way. Oh, then I look at you and the world's all right with me. Oh, just one look at you and I know it's gonna be a lovely day. Yeah, all right. A lovely day. Oh yeah. A lovely day. Yeah. All right. A lovely day. Yeah. Lovely day. Lovely day. Oh, a lovely day.
Good morning. Welcome on my behalf to Unity Southeast in Kansas City. And my name is Ruth Wilson, and it is my pleasure to welcome you here today on this lovely, icy, snowy, cold winter day, Valentine's Day. So funny. Angela and I were talking this morning. She and I are West Coast girls. I came out here from San Diego. She came out here from Los Angeles. And my dear friend is experiencing her first winter in the Midwest. It's been a little nerve-wracking, but I reminded her this morning, if you're gonna learn to drive in this mess, you gotta drive in this mess. And she braved her way here, and we showed them that West Coast girls have got grit. We are at 50% capacity, and we are so happy that you came out to join us today. Every single one of you, and those of you that are watching us online from the West Coast to the East Coast, from overseas, internationally, wherever you're joining us, we love you and we appreciate you, and we're so happy that you're here today. You know, we are a community that loves and we're a community that serves. So we have a lot of things that are going on here in this community that we're excited about. Most everything is up on the board. I'm just going to highlight a few. You know, I love our Wednesday night prayer circles. I just wanted to remind any of you that might want to join us on our Wednesday night prayer circles. It's such a wonderful time that we can celebrate, we can give praise throughout the week for the prayers that have been answered, and we can bring our prayers together as a community, because where two or more of you are gathered, and we affirm together. And so many prayers have been answered, and so many wonderful things have come from that. The Course of Miracles on Thursday night that our Reverend Randy is leading. If you want to join us on the Thursday night Course in Miracles, we'd love for you to join us. And of course, very dear to me, which I think is so exciting, is our Saturday morning AA meetings, recovery meetings, and those are at 11 a.m. on Saturdays. If any of you would like to join, you're so more than welcome to join us. If I could get you all to stand, what we're going to do is we're going to affirm our vision statement and our affirmations together. And let's just say it together. Our affirmation is, God in me is love, and God in you is love. We are one as love. I love that. What's our vision? We are a community of love that prays, serves, connects, celebrates, and lives as our truth. Our mission, to provide a safe community that discovers and reinforces truth teachings and the I am presence within. Our core values: love, abundance, spiritually grounded, radically inclusive, and of service. Thank you so much, everyone. Please be seated and let's prepare ourselves for a time of meditation.
Will your heart and soul say yes? Will your spirit still say yes? There is more that I require of thee. Will your heart and soul say yes? Will your heart and soul say yes? Will your spirit still say yes? If I told you what I really need, will your heart and soul say yes? So just say yes, yes. Let your heart say yes. Oh yes. Let your soul say yes. Come on. Yes. I've made up my mind. Yes. Made up my mind to say yes. My soul says yes. My heart says yes. Oh, God wants it, yes. 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 God's calling us high. He's calling you high. So just say yes. Let's turn inward for a moment. Let's get one with our hearts. If your eyes aren't already closed, let's close them. Get one with your heart. Take a deep, gentle inhale, breathing in the love that is coming to you, and exhaling, breathing out that love that you have to give. What a lovely day it is. And because it's Valentine's Day, I want you for a moment to envision the good that you can do as love letters. And as such, keep creating, affirming, and praying those love letters out into the world. Knowing that this world is an energetic world. Out beyond conventional ideas of time and space. And knowing that because that is so, your love letters are received. And then let's just take a moment to sit with that in the silence. And now let us gently bring ourselves back into the room. Take a few more calming breaths. And when you are feeling led, open your eyes. Heart is a bloom, shoots up through the stony ground. There is no room, no space to rent in this town. You're out of love, and the reason that you had to care, the traffic is stuck. You're not moving anywhere. You thought you found a friend to take you out of this place, someone you could lend a hand in return for grace. It's a beautiful day. Sky falls falls, you feel like it's a beautiful day. You're on the road, but you got no destination. You're in the mud, in the maze of your imagination. You love this town, even if it doesn't ring true. You've been all over, oh, and it's been all over you. It's a beautiful day. Sky falls, you feel like it's a beautiful day. Don't let it get away. Touch me, take me to that other place. Teach me love. I know I'm not a hopeless case. See the world in green and blue. See China right in front of you. See the canyons broken by cloud. See the tuna fleets clearing the sea out. See the Bedouin fires at night. See the oil fields at first light. See the bird with a leaf in her mouth. After the flood, all the colors came out. It's a beautiful day. Oh, sky falls, you feel like it's a beautiful day. Oh, don't let it get away. It's a beautiful day. Sky falls, you feel like it's a beautiful day. Don't let it get away. Touch me, oh, take me to that other place. Teach me love. I know I'm not a hopeless case. Oh yeah, it's a beautiful day. Don't let it get away. Don't let it get away. Don't let it get away.
Angela Carol Brown. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's a beautiful day. Every day, every moment, every breath, we can find beauty in it. But sometimes we feel like we need to add to it as if it's not good enough. The lesson today will be called Nothing More. As I mentioned at the beginning of service, I had the privilege to attend 2 celebration of life services. Yesterday, I woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning because the celebration of life service I had to attend was for a gentleman who had been attending Unity Southeast for about 1.5 years now, Paul Rosales. The funeral was in Wichita, and the weather was cold, and it was frigid, and I was debating whether I should call. You see, I'd already sent my remarks. I already sent everything that I wanted to say to Wichita ahead of me, just in case the weather got bad, and I said, we might have to make a decision on Saturday morning. And I said, but I was going to wait because I really wanted to be there. And then, I don't know what caused me to say it, but I said, I'm about 99% sure I'll be there. And yesterday, that 1% came into play. But I knew that there was something I was being called to do. Paul had always talked to me about his Catholic upbringing, and I told him that I grew up Catholic, and so he would remind me of rituals, and he would remind me of orders of service, and he would remind me of communion. And I said, Paul, I don't know if I could ever go back there. Well, yesterday, Paul brought me back there. If you know anything about Paul Rosales, you know he was bound and determined. If he decided that he was going to do something, or he was going to teach you something, or he was going to lead you in a direction, he would not give up. He was unfailing in his faith. And yesterday, for me, was a beautiful day. Now, the drive from Kansas City through the Flint Hills to get to Wichita was a challenge, especially at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. I hadn't had a lot of sleep because I was at the warming center until late at night, and then knowing that yesterday was going to be a long day, I tried to work on some of my sermon early, not realizing it would be thrown out the window because of the drive that Paul had put me on and the lesson he was about to teach me. As I was approaching the Flint Hills, I was looking around and said, there's nothing here. There's nothing here. Man, why can't there be something that I can look at, something I can see? Where is the beauty in all of this? And I was bound and determined that I needed to add something to all the beauty that was already surrounding me to make it good. Almost as if I was going through my own Genesis story and I felt like I was in the abyss and it was my turn now to create. And I wanted to create lands, and I wanted to create the birds and the sea and the fishes. And I wanted to, oh God, see man or woman or someone somewhere. And I said, is this all there really is? And then Spirit showed me that in that moment I was witnessing beauty, because not a mile or a mile and a half down the road, as I was praying for something, someone, anything to brighten my day, I noticed a semi that had completely flipped over on the road, and emergency vehicles hadn't arrived yet. And I thought, no, this is not beauty. This is not what I was looking for. I'm okay with Flint Hills. I'm okay with boring. I'm okay with just plains and lands and no one and nothing, but I don't want to see this, sweet Spirit. And I thought to myself, I've got to stop. And then I heard in the distance the sound of sirens. And once again, now I had a semi that was adding to the beautiful day, the beauty that I could not see. And now I was hearing sirens, knowing that they were coming behind me to approach what was in front of me. And I could already see that it probably wasn't good. I had never seen a tractor trailer flip over completely before. He must have hit ice. He must have hit a patch. Maybe he fell asleep. Maybe he lost control. But I'm telling you, this was no longer the beauty I was seeking. And I said to myself, everything was fine the way it was. And then I kept driving, and I thought, whew, thank God that's over. But see, the lesson hadn't been taught yet, because now as I'm driving, there finally was a car in the distance. And I said, yay, I'm not alone on the road. And as they pulled up, and I'm going 60, even though I should be going 70 or 75, but it is so cold and the road is so treacherous that I'm thinking, what is wrong with these people? Why are they driving so fast? And it was a pickup truck with the Confederate flag flying so beautifully in the back, and I thought, this is not what I was looking for. This is not a beautiful day. You see, I wanted to add to the beauty of that which Spirit had already made. And Spirit said, okay, let's add to it. Let's remind you of how beautiful it already was. And so I encourage you today to know that we need not add nothing more. There was nothing more beautiful than what already was. There was nothing more beautiful than all that was being displayed in front of me. I just simply couldn't see it. And then I started saying, okay, there is beauty in all this, and I started looking closer. And I could see in the distance the cows were still roaming. And I could see in the distance there was what appeared to be wooden windmills that were still turning. I can see even in the distance in the Flint Hills that it appeared to be like something that like they were drilling or doing something, because I saw, when you drive through Texas and you see that little thing that goes up and down and brings oil. And I'm thinking, do we have oil in Kansas? What is that thing that I'm seeing? But I had not noticed it when I was driving, and I'm now finding the beauty in my situation without having to recreate it. Which brings me to Scripture. What do I really, truly need in any given moment? You see, I'd been working the warming center, and we've been doing so much at Unity Southeast with our houseless compadres. And the one thing I know is that all we have to have is enough food and enough clothing to keep us warm, and that should make us content. So if we have enough food and clothing, let us be content. If we have enough food and enough clothing, let us be content, because we do not need to add anything to the amazement, to the beauty that is the work of Spirit, the work of the divine, the work of that which creates, the creative substance that has already created miracles directly in front of us. And then I started thinking about the semi, and I started thinking about the flag, and they had now just become memories to me, because I was so in awe by all the beauty that was already there that I am now seeing. And then I started thinking about the semi, and then I started thinking about the flag, and I started realizing that I didn't know what was going on inside that semi. I didn't know how it ended up the way it did. I knew nothing about the driver of the pickup truck and the Confederate flag that was waving in the back seat. You see, I had assigned my own value. I had assigned my own understanding. I had assigned my own past, my own memories, my own truth, my own frustration, my own anger, and didn't just realize that in that moment it was good. And that maybe everything I was seeing was a lesson that was leading to my betterment. Psalms 101, verse 3, I will not let anything worthless guide me. You see, I was being guided by, I was being pushed by, I was being drawn by all these things that were worthless. They were worthless because I was the only one giving them value, and I can decide in any moment that I was no longer going to value or give it power anymore. And then I got to the church, one of the most beautiful Catholic churches I've ever been in. St. Catherine of Siena in Wichita, Kansas. I walked in and I was in awe. And I thought, wow, how beautiful must it be for the Catholic priest to stand on that platform every Sunday and know that Jesus is directly behind them, and Mother Mary is on each side, and the waiting pool, and all of the fixtures and the altars and the colors and the smells of Catholic Church. And I had to admit, I miss all of these things. You see, I had assigned value and worth even to my Catholic upbringing, and just like most of us, we pick and choose what we remember. We pick and choose the things that we decide we are going to give power to or give worth to, and I was reminded all over again that all I needed to do was stop and see the beauty in it and find the beauty in me. It's Valentine's Day. I invite you to find the beauty in it. And I invite you to find the beauty in you. Nothing more is needed. So if you are coupled up, or as the young folks say, booed up, or if you are single and ready to mingle, I invite you in this day to find love with you. I invite you in this day to reach into that box of small little candied confections. And when you reach the one that says, be mine, that you simply allow the Christ within to be you. I invite you, as you reach into this box of powdered sugar, clumped together, compressed confections, that when it says, I love you, that you truly know that loving yourself must come first. I hope when you reach into this box of confections, and for some reason it has nothing written on it, and you see it as an error, that you know that it is simply the truth. It is simply a blank slate, and you need nothing more. Insert your own words here. The Catholic priest was standing, and he was going through the Mass, and he got to this, and he said, naked I came from my mother's womb, and naked I shall return there. The Lord gave, and the Lord hath taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. And he said, naked I came from my mother's womb. Naked I shall return there. I came with nothing. I will leave with nothing. And if I'm doing it right, nothing needs to be added while I'm here. So if you have enough food and enough clothing, let us be content. These are words directly from the Bible. But I always say we have to make the Bible our own. We have to make the Bible really resonate with us. And so I'm here to tell you that this drive from Kansas City to Wichita was difficult, but I had someplace to go. I didn't realize how difficult the drive home would be. You see, I was dead tired as I was sitting in that service. And I was thinking to myself, I should probably just get a room for 2 or 3 hours and rest. There's no sense in getting on the road like this. And so the first thing I did was, oh no, I can push through this. And so I'm in Wichita, and I walk into the gas station, and I said, give me a medium coffee and a Red Bull. So I've got a medium coffee in one hand and a Red Bull in the other, and I put them in my little area that you put drinks in your car. I don't know the console. And they're sitting there, and I thought, you know what? I'm just going to down this Red Bull. It's going to kick in real fast. And then the next thing you know, I could just start sipping on the coffee because it is hotter than Hades. I'm thinking it will cool down as we're going. So I down the Red Bull. I grab the coffee. I start sipping it. And I'm doing good for about 35, 45 miles. And I don't know if you guys have ever been on the trek between Wichita and Kansas City, but I happened to see a sign that says fast food. So I was like, okay, I'm going to get myself a large Dr. Pepper because I know that'll wake me up, and I know that these places don't sell Mountain Dew. So I've got Red Bull kicked in. I've got coffee kicked in. I pull over to Burger King, and I order myself a medium fry and an extra large Dr. Pepper, and I begin driving again. And I'm thinking, this ought to do it. I think that this cup will last me all the way to Kansas City. What I didn't realize is that my bladder may not. And if you are on the road between Wichita and Kansas City, and you've just left the first 3 towns when you leave Wichita, you don't realize that there may not be another gas station, another exit for way too long. And that urge and that nudge and that desire and that shaking of the leg and the rolling down in the window because it's so, I've got to do something. I'm starting to feel claustrophobic. I feel it all building up, and I'm thinking, I'm sweating because of the Red Bull, you know. And so I go back to the scripture. So if we have enough food and enough clothing, let us be content. And I say, let me make this scripture my own. If we have enough clothing and we have enough food and restrooms within 30 miles, let us be content. It was a heck of a drive home. Let's say that my last worry was falling asleep. I finally made it to a gas station, and I finally ran in the door, and the guy that was watching me, watching this guy walk in and literally make a beeline to the restroom, he says, "He's got to go." And I can hear him talking, and I'm thinking, yes, I do. And I'm telling you what, I needed nothing more. Nothing, absolutely nothing more. As I stood there, and every one of my prayers were answered. And I said, it is a beautiful day. And my bladder was saying, yes, yes, yes to life. So, if you leave here with nothing today, if you leave here with something today, it is that nothing need be added. It is that we take care of ourselves. And we love ourselves, because until we take care of ourselves and love ourselves, how can we truly love another? If you leave here with nothing today, or if you leave here with something today, let it be that there's beauty in and around us all. Let it be that that little confection heart with nothing written on it is exactly what you needed, and you don't even have to insert your own line. If you leave here with nothing today, you don't need a Valentine. You are a Valentine. If you leave here with nothing today, you don't have to search for love. You are love. If you leave here with nothing today, and you are bound and determined to feel all alone, know that we are never alone. And that we, through the grace of spirit, through the grace of knowing, through the grace of energy, through the grace of power, through the grace of our thoughts and our actions, are one. Let's make this world a better place. And let's give candied hearts to everyone. Not just those who love like us. Not just those who live like us. Not just those who look like us. But every single one. Because if there's anything blocking you from giving that heart away to something or someone else, it's because you've added something to the story. And if you want to truly love an individual, you need nothing more. God bless all of you. Namaste. If you are here for your first time, welcome to Unity Southeast in Kansas City. I think that today is a beautiful day. If we could just have it be like 10 or 15 degrees colder, I think that maybe we would have had more people in here today. I think that what they were thinking was, you know what, I really don't want to get out in this heat and this, if it could just be a little bit colder, I think we probably would have had more people. If you're watching online, we are in Kansas City. Right now, I think when we were driving in, it is -3 degrees with a wind chill of -22. So all of you who made it today, amen. And let's hear it for the West Coast girls. San Diego represent. Los Angeles represent. I am so jealous because I was looking at the live stream and we have somebody watching from Bermuda. So if you are watching from Bermuda, I have nothing more to say. In all honesty, we don't care where you're watching from. We're just glad you are watching. And we want to send this blessing to all of those in Bermuda, all of those in San Diego, all of those in LA, and all of those in our community. So let's rub our hands together. Our blessing is on the screen, and I will say it and you will repeat it. We love you. We bless you. We appreciate you. And we behold the Christ in you. There are so many ways that Unity Southeast is stepping up in the community. I am so grateful as I listen to the radio, and every hour I am hearing, bring your coats, bring your jackets, bring your gloves, bring your hats to Unity Southeast or any Tide cleaners in Kansas City. We will clean them for free and get them to warming centers and houseless encampments anywhere in Kansas City. So this is my shameless plug. Thank you, Tide Cleaners, for picking up the call and saying yes. Thank you, Unity Southeast congregants, for picking up the call and saying yes. Thank you to Kansas City, as last night we had over 60 people show up to volunteer at the garrisons, at the warming center. And we had so many people in the kitchen and so many people on the floor and so many people in supplies. It was a beautiful thing. And now our houseless comrades are also standing up and volunteering at the same time. And so it was just awesome. It was just awesome. It was just awesome. And so I am grateful for all the work that is being done on behalf of our community. And I'm glad that Unity Southeast has been tied to it, because we are a community of love that serves, connects, prays, celebrates, and lives as our truth. And I know that now more than ever. And so the last gratitude I give is to our board of directors, who carefully sat in a 4.5-hour meeting as we went over our mission statement over and over and over and over again, tweaking it to make sure it was exactly what we wanted. And I remember walking out of that meeting after we had all agreed to it, and somebody said, I really don't even know what it means. I now know what it means, and I hope that they know what it means now, too. Everything that we do is because of this community. We are not supported by what people call the mothership Unity headquarters. Everything we do is through our self-supported church and each and every one of you. So I'm going to encourage you, if you are like Angela and you have the voice of an angel, that you volunteer and be part of our music staff and music team. We have a choir each and every month that comes out and gives of their all. And so if you are watching online and you live in the Kansas City area, I invite you to get a hold of me so I can connect you with Jan Wallace, who is our choir director, and she'll make you look good. She really will. She's tough, but it's well worth it. If you have time and you want to come volunteer in our pantry, if you have time and you simply want to show up during the week and sort through all these hats, all these gloves, all these socks, all these shoes, because we were bringing them all down to the warming center. This week alone, I think we had probably 2,400, 2,500 items that were delivered to the warming center. And I still have a garage that's half full and a basement at the church that's half full of things that we need to sort. As a matter of fact, Willie, I think that there's still bags in the back of my car, and in my passenger seat. I will be gracious and help you get them in. See how I'm volunteering him. But if you have the ability and you can volunteer, we encourage you to do that. And last and not least, if you feel like giving of your treasure, it's important that that happens too, because there are needs within this church. There are needs within our community. There are needs within our small knit group. There are things that we're still trying to accomplish and things that we're still called to do. So I invite you to consider giving of your talent, your time, and your treasure. So I'm just going to ask everyone who's here and everyone who is online to simply turn within and say, what do I have to give today? What am I called to do today? Who am I being called to be today? How do I best express the Christ within? And as you conjure up an idea or you conjure up that knowing, I invite you to say these words after me. Divine love, through me, blessed and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Today I commit to express the Christ within me, to allow my talent to shine, to allow my time to be valued, and allow my treasure to belong to all instead of just one. And so it is. Amen, amen, amen. If you are watching online, you can give at unitysoutheast.org, or you can give through the Tithely mobile app. If you are in service today, because of a pandemic, we're not passing a basket. But if you feel like giving, you can drop it in the basket as you leave. With the storm in Kansas City, and with you brave souls driving in it, I would be remiss if I didn't give you the prayer for protection as you leave. And allow these words to really sink in. And in this prayer of protection, we use the word God. And if that word works for you, I invite you to use that word. But if you'd like to use a word like Allah or Ba'a'ullah or love or energy or light or power, or if you simply want to be silent during that word, I'm okay with that too. There is one presence and one power. I don't care what you call it. Just allow it to protect you, guide you, move you, love you on your way home. So we are at Unity Southeast, so for all intents and purposes, I will use the word God. So we say these words. The light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. The presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever we are, God is. I am divine. Each and every single one of you is divine. Each and every single one of you is the light and the love and the hope of spirit. And each and every single one of you should be a mirror that reflects that same light, that same hope, that same faith that we see in each of our neighbors as we navigate this thing called life. And if you forget, or the world seems to be dark, or you're having trouble find your way, I invite you to remember that within you is a light that fills any room. Within you is a little light that will shine so bright when needed. We just got to remember to turn it on. So as we leave today, I invite you to shine your light, knowing it is ready, knowing it is able, and so are you. Thank you for coming. Have a beautiful day.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. In my daily walk, I'm gonna let it.
Supporting your local church should be